Hello, True Crime family. Welcome back to my second video ever. My name's Daniela. I am a civil defense attorney from Miami. So the general consensus for my inaugural video was that it was a little bit jarring of an ending. One of the comments said, like, the video cut off in the middle. It didn't. I just didn't have time to edit it. I'm one-man banding it right now. I'm also a full-time attorney, so I'm working a lot. So what I think I'm gonna do is probably upload these commentary style videos a little bit more regularly, and then kind of do the long form documentary style deep dive analysis videos a little bit more few and far between, so I can take my time with the editing process rather than kind of just abruptly end the video. Hopefully that'll work. And to that end, I thought I would share my thoughts and opine a little bit on the sentencing of Donna Adelson. For those of you who either didn't see the sentencing, the crux of Donna's statement was her emphatically questioning, where is the evidence of a conspiracy pre-murder? I understand what she's saying. With a caveat, I speak crazy. The way that she's looking at it is that she doesn't consider a lot of the evidence and a lot of the motive evidence as actual evidence of a conspiracy, because technically it's not. Those emails, I think that's what did her in. In her mind, the emails are irrelevant and they're not proof of a murder, and she's technically right, but they are proof of motive. Technically speaking, the amount of evidence pre-murder wasn't very abundant. What she doesn't realize is that it's essentially the state's theory of the case that the Adelson family tried to insulate themselves. So there's not going to be a lot of evidence pre-murder, but I think the actual physical hard evidence of a conspiracy is 100% the pattern of phone calls that occurred just prior to the murder and immediately after, and then sometime after. That was the pattern of phone calls that would start from Donna to Charlie to Katie to Sigfredo. I mean, that is damning. Now, that's not to say there was not an abundant amount of motive evidence. I mean, she had a burning, bleeding motive. Those emails have a lot of weight in establishing, her willingness to participate in something like this. I mean, that woman was desperate. To recommend to your daughter the threat of converting her grandchildren to Catholicism as a means to kind of strong arm Dan into agreeing to let the kids come to South Florida, especially where, religion is a very important part of her, of her culture and of her identity. We're talking about a woman who almost disowned her oldest son because he was marrying outside the Jewish faith. I mean, that's a woman clearly that was willing to do anything. So I guess that leads me to the question of, like, who came up with this idea? I mean, they went to medical school. I mean, they were dentists, but they still went to medical school.
Hey guys, it's Editing Danny here. Quick correction. Neither Charlie nor Harvey went to medical school. They both went to dental school. The point being here, I don't expect my dentist to be someone who thinks conspiring with hitmen is even a remotely sane course of action.
The logic is not entirely clear to me, and that's just because I think they're very ignorant. They're very ignorant to the consequences of their actions. I mean, legally speaking, I think if she would have spent the night in any county jail in Florida, she would have thought twice about doing this. This is my theory. I don't think it was Donna Adelson's idea. I actually think it was her dumbass son's, Charlie. Charlie is the ultimate mama's boy. There is nobody else like mommy. He wants to look cool for his mom. He wants to be the big shot. He wants to save the day and wants to please his mother and keep her happy, and she was clearly in distress. This is what I picture. I think he passively brought it up to her, kind of like a mafioso way. Like he said, I could find someone to take him out. I know a couple guys who could take him out. Your son is more than just a periodontist? He's freaking like Al Capone, Ugh, I don't know. I think there's like some weird Freudian stuff going on between them. The reason he's never married is because no one's ever gonna be as good as his mom. Whatever, I digress. There's so much I could say about this, but the point being, I think it was Charlie's idea. It actually brings me to Another point that was brought up by one of the witnesses who testified at Donna's sentencing hearing in her support, and that's Dr. Ben Graber. He's like some former member of the House of Representatives in Florida or something like that. He's a gynecologist, I think. I have no idea. In the beginning of his statement, he was kind of just listing off his credentials. Dr. Ben Graber, I think it was in the Tallahassee Democrat, he wrote a piece in support of Donna a couple years ago, and he got a lot of heat for that. Pero he mentioned kind of how he thought the spirit and intent of the penalty statute for first-degree murder in Florida was not necessarily to punish people convicted of a conspiracy. It was kind of meant for the people who pulled the trigger. I disagree with him because I think Florida really was just like, no, this is black and white. If you kill someone, it's an eye for an eye. You're either going to die in prison or the government's gonna kill you. Either way, it's gonna suck really bad and we're gonna make it suck for you. Florida. So these statutory penalties kind of raise the stakes when you are trying a case, trying a first-degree murder case in Florida. You are putting someone, most of the time, away for life. When you are convicted of first-degree murder, the judge doesn't have any discretion. So which is why I didn't really think that this sentencing here would be that eventful. We know she's going away for life. It's life without parole. It's just a matter of whether or not, you know, symbolically the judge wants to make the terms consecutive or concurrent. The state only sought the death penalty against Sigfredo Garcia. I think that there is something fundamentally terrifying about some person who can physically bring themselves to pull the trigger on an innocent person. I think that the death penalty is probably reserved for the people who pull the trigger, but life without parole is for the crazy, desperate people who masterminded it. Yeah. So let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know what you think about Donna. But that's all I got for now. So I will see you guys for my next video.